What I'm on here for about is Queen Sheba.
Play that louder now, 'cause we don't get to hear that often. Say it louder. I think you are very open-minded about a lot. I think you haven't had an opportunity to experience a conservative relationship. Hold on. And if and when you do, come back and talk to me. Yeah.
What you don't realize is that you don't listen, man.
I don't have to. You're not my daddy.
Happy Shut Your Ass Up Saturday. Happy Shut Your Ass Up Saturday. You already know the assignment. Pretty simple. Keep the petty on high heat. And if somebody starts talking that silly shit, it's shut your ass up. Petty-luya.
Yes, indeed. And that's exactly what we gonna do, honey. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Give me 1 second. Yes, it is that time. That's where the viewers, that's you. Those of you that are tuned in, you waited all week for this moment. And if you are new here to the palace, we want to welcome. We want to welcome you. Welcome to those of you that are tuned in from Twitter, YouTube, wherever you are, baby. Thank you. And let me tell you something about I Said What I Said. It's a Saturday morning show where you get to call in. You get to call in. You get to call in and shoot your shot, confront, vent, confess, sound off, and say whatever's on your mind, but make it about you and how you feel, honey. You know what I'm saying? No filters, just pure adult, uncut truth. Let it out. That's what we're here for. Let it out. You waited all Saturday. We want you to get it off your chest. If you're trying to holler, go ahead and holler. You never know. There's a couple of rules though. Let me go ahead and drop the link in the chat. I forgot to do that. There is a couple of rules now. This is how it works. There's 2 rules. Y'all been here with me for a while. The first rule is you can't take it personal. You leave it on the panel, okay? If somebody come up here and they fire off, listen, it's I said what I said. What you doing taking it personal anyway? We've been doing this for over a year, almost 2 years over here. That's the first rule. It's not personal, even if your name is in somebody's mouth, okay? The second rule is you have to sign it, seal it, and deliver it. When you are done, I need you to say, I said what I said. Don't make me beg. When I say sign, seal it, and deliver it, don't say sign, seal, deliver. Just say I said what I said. That's it. That's all. And that therefore, they know it's not personal. Now, honey, when we move into the hot topic segment, should we get into an extended debate? Listen, it happens. Like yesterday when we talked about them damn Braxtons and I said what I said. I see y'all in my comments. Somebody, Queen Sheba, don't do that. Don't do that to Tony. She's the star. I said what I said. Period. Tony can get it too. Tony Braxton can get it too. Listen, I told y'all don't come bother me about no Tony Braxton. And there y'all go in the comments. Leave Tony alone. Don't do this to Tony. I said what I said. So sometimes we go there on Saturdays, okay? And should we get into an extended debate, tough conversation, whatever you want to call it, and you start to cook and you feel like you on your shit, you cooking, and you just putting it out there, you reading Queen Sheba for filth, or you reading whoever for filth, and you standing on business. Let me tell you something. The audience may not be feeling you. Well, how will I know, Queen Sheba? If this white man come up while you talking, that means somebody done paid $10, a $9.99 super chat to squash whatever you talking about. They ain't trying to hear all that, okay? That means you can't go next. You can't even finish your point for 5 minutes. That's just the way we work over here. We have a good time. That means they ain't trying to hear all that. But listen, you can match that super chat and put yourself back on the block and they can't take you off. And you said what you said. You gonna finish your damn thought now. And with that being said, the lines are open. The lines are open, subscribers. Messy subscribers. Come on up here because y'all should be in them chats, honey, talking ish. Today's your day to get it off. Listen, this is the only day where nobody takes it personal. Don't be waiting for me to put on a show. I love everybody. I said what I said. Don't be waiting on me. Don't be waiting on content creators. Come on up here because y'all do the most in them DMs. It don't even have to be about YouTube. It doesn't have to be about television show. It don't have to be about nothing that anybody else is talking about. Honey, maybe your boss. You got something to get off your chest regarding your boss. Maybe you saw somebody in the grocery store at the football game last night. You trying to holler. Maybe you didn't like the date you went on. You're not trying to get text every morning. What you doing? Hello, beautiful. I don't know. Maybe it's about the HOA. Maybe your barber fucked up your edge up. You know what I'm saying? You trying to say something. Maybe braids going too high. Your kids getting on your nerves. Your baby daddy didn't call you. I don't know. Don't nobody know you here. Come stand on business. I'll wait. I'll wait. Come stand on business. Maybe you got a crush. Maybe you trying to holler at somebody. I know somebody out here trying to holler at somebody. Y'all can't be scary and be over here in the palace. Call. Maybe you're getting your haircut right now. And you say, you know what? Let me go and call that little show. Let me click on that link and say what I need to say so I can have a wonderful Saturday evening. Maybe you want to get up here and beg. Oh, they quiet. They quiet today. They quiet today. I'm going to sit and wait today because y'all not going to make me do all the damn work. Mayor of YouTube, you ain't trying to holler at nobody? I'm going to wait. Ain't nobody got nothing that they need to say. Y'all be cussing and fussing up in these houses, arguing with your family members, getting your sew too tight, won't say shit to your beautician. Today is the day. Don't nobody know you over here. Don't make me beg, baby. Don't make me beg. I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no beef. Listen. Oh, hey, I'm gonna bring up my first caller. I ain't got no beef. Y'all want me to do all the dirty work. I'm gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. See, what you standing on, girl?
Hey, Queen. I'm so nervous. This is Cheryl, the one you
They can't
called.
see you. Don't worry about it.
They can't see me?
No, I got it covered. Girl, fire off.
Okay. Listen, my name is Cheryl, and you call me Crystal 19.
Oh, okay.
I'll accept that because I love you, Queen, and I love the name Crystal, but it's Cheryl.
You gotta sign it, seal it, and deliver it.
I said what I said, and I love you.
I don't care. I said what I said, and I meant what I said.
Thank you, Crystal 19, for coming up.
Listen, and then you still.
That was a good one. Thank you.
Love
That's
you,
Cheryl.
Queen.
Oh my God, y'all, that was so good. She said, I've been calling her Crystal 19 for I don't know how long. She said, baby, my name is Cheryl. I sure have. Girl, please forgive me. I had no idea. That lady said, you gonna quit calling me Crystal 19. My name is Cheryl. All right, DBM, welcome this Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on?
Good morning.
Go ahead.
You
You got
don't
the floor. Go
you,
ahead.
you don't mind if we say just a little curse word?
It's Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on?
All right. I'm standing on not even the B sector, more like the D sector of YouTube because I'm tired of hearing them arguing. I was at the hospital with my sister, but she passed away on Tuesday. But I saw this episode, it was old, that was done on another content creator page. And if you say, Queen Sheba, I love Melody. Melody is my friend. Would you let someone else come to you and say, oh, Melody is nothing, she's this, she's that, she's a bee, would you let your friends just come and tell you that?
I wouldn't.
Thank you. So these other bees on these other stations, I need to stop saying that about her and letting your, what do you call it, your followers say the same thing. And if you're saying you like her, well, you don't like her the way y'all talk about her, but you saying you like her mother. But you got people on the panel that don't even like her mother or her. And it's just so confusing. I'm glad, well, I'm not glad my sister is gone, but I'm glad I don't have to watch those people anymore because she's the one that liked them, not me. And I said what I said.
All right. That was DBM. And she said what she said. We're going to go to the next caller. Welcome, TJ's baby. Saturday morning, I said what I said. What you standing on?
Good morning, Queen in the palace, and the mods. Oh, Queen, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your 82K.
Thank
and
you.
I'm really proud of you. But I need to holler at hey Martell Ho. Let me holler at you, fuck boy. You on social media talking about this about mail. You telling us not to buy her stuff. Look, nigga, we here for the long haul. Nigga, we here till the wheels fall off. We here to the end, nigga. We loyal over here. So you can stop all that. And my cousin told me the other day that you on social media talking about selling that nasty ass wine of yours for $300 a bottle. You got life and bullshit fucked up. Cause motherfuckers can go buy Boone's Farm for $12, nigga. Why would somebody want to buy your shit for $300? And you think we worried about you being with that kangaroo badass built bitch you got over there? We don't care nothing about her or you. We hope you do marry her. We hope you go right off into the sunset with that bitch. Because we already know what time it is. You trying to fool us and talking about, oh, I'm moving her into my fucked up built ass house. Yeah. No, nigga, you need her for that Section 8 voucher to pay that mortgage. That's why you moved her in there, punk. So you can forget all about thinking about we gonna be upset about that. We don't give a fuck. And I know Mel don't give a fuck. And then, second, nigga, I got something I need to pull your coattail about. You said you make as much money as a doctor? Well, why you can't buy that hoe a cart? A car? You ain't bought her a car in what? How many years you been with her? And you make as much money as a doctor? You can't even buy that bitch no summer clothes because you was in a what do you call it? SUV. She had on a jogging suit. That's hot as hell. It's hot as hell in out there at this time of summer. So forget us with all that stuff. But I just want to let you know that you can keep on talking about all that stuff. We don't care. And last and not least, Carlos, you did say that one monkey don't stop no show. What you got to say now? And I said what I said.
Ever diagnosed with any type of like mental illness or any type of diagnosis, any type of learning disability, anything like that?
I have a crazy problem.
All right, that was TJ's baby. She said what the hell she had to say. Listen, we're going to the next caller. Thank you, TJ's baby. They say TJ always tear it up, honey. Trey Carter, what you got? Saturday morning, I said what I said. What you standing on?
Good morning, Queen in the Palace. I just had something real quick for my goofy ass neighbors. My land is paid for. All I pay for is taxes. I don't have no mortgage. I don't have no motherfucking rent to pay. All I pay is taxes on my land and my light, gas, and water bill. Please stop acting like y'all are doing something special because y'all have kids. Keep y'all ugly ass, scoop ball head, big foot, little leg ass children at the middle of the street. Let them. We got plenty of sidewalk over here. Let the kids play on the sidewalk. We got front yards and backyards. Keep them ugly ass kids out the middle of the street. And I said what the fuck I said.
We do not care. We do not care.
Oh. He said he don't care about them little ugly kids. Listen to his neighbor. He said what he said. That was Trey Carter standing on business. Catch up with Lala. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on today?
Hello. Queen Sheba, hope you're well. I'm standing on fake ass bitches, okay? I know you don't like me and I don't like you. If we're in the same spaces or same channels, don't try to talk to me because I ain't going to talk to you. Ignore me the same way I talk to you because I'm telling you now, you talk to me one more time, I'm going to tell you about yourself, you fake ass, ugly ass, big back, bald headed, alcoholic bitch. Okay? And I said what I said. Fuck off.
Damn. Okay. You calling names?
No, she knows who she is. Piss off. Don't talk to me. I don't need to call names. She knows who the fuck she
Oh,
is.
shit. Hold on, y'all. I might listen. I had no plans of having a mimosa today. Y'all finna run my listen. That was catch up with Lala. She say you know who you is. Welcome. Lord have mercy. Lord, whoever she say, you know what? Don't be messy. Okay, innocent instigator.
Hey
welcome,
there. Happy
welcome
Saturday,
to Saturday
everybody.
morning. I said what I said. What you standing on?
Mine is to, what's his name? Big Titty Boy, Maurice Scott. We didn't ask you. We don't want any advice from you, okay? In this day and age, sir, we're not going based on looks. If us Black women want to get out here and make money and we want to make more than our men or our husbands, that's up to us. We're not your wife. We don't just lay down and we don't just take it, okay? So get up out of here with the foolishness that you were on the internet speaking. We don't care about you. Take your wide hips on and go somewhere. Carlos, take your trash men that you bring to us and go somewhere else. We don't want them. I said what I said. Thank you.
Oh, y'all, they said, oh, listen. She said what she said. That's it. That's all. Is there another? Is there another? Before I go on, because y'all, I listen, first of all, welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. This is a pure, unfiltered, unscripted show. I never know who's gonna call in or click the link. I promise you. And I don't want to know. Sometimes y'all catch me completely off guard, but hey, I set myself up for it because I told them they can come up here on Saturday. And if they wait until Saturday, honey, you cannot take it personal. You cannot take it personal at all. So, listen. Ooh, wee. Hold on. I'm still stuck on big back, bald headed. I'm trying to do a process.
Alcoholic bitch.
Oh, I'm trying. You know what? It ain't none of my business. The girl say she said what she said. The girl say she said what she said, so I'm gonna be quiet. Oh, wee. Speaking of, I said what I said, honey. Let me transition. Anybody else? Because I know some of y'all come in late and okay, we got another one. Hold on. We got another one. Uh-oh. Well, good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. My Mary. Hold on. What
Hey,
you
Queen.
standing on? Hey, what you standing on?
I have a secret for the palace, and I don't want y'all to tell nobody. Can y'all hear me?
You got the floor.
Okay, this a big secret. I've never been attracted to young men, but it's a man on YouTube, that DJ Richard.
Wow.
Lord have mercy. I said what I said.
Oh, all right. Mama Mary. Somebody let DJ Richie know. Mama Mary came up and say, I don't like young men's, but I want to shoot my shot at DJ Richie Sky. Thank you, Mama Mary. We're going to drop her down. Whoa. Tell him at the 21 mark on Queen Sheba, I said what I said. Somebody want to holler. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Wigton, what you standing on? You're on mute. Wigton, let's go. Okay, come off mute, hit your microphone once, and we'll do a mic test on Wigton. Wigton, you're on mute. You got to unmute your device.
This is Wigton.
Okay, go ahead. You got the floor.
I'm just grateful to be a part of the audience. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I'll drop you down. Thank you for coming up. She's just grateful to be here. All right. So Wigton say that's all she got. She don't really need to get anything off her chest. I'm dropping Wigton down. Let's see. Anybody else before anybody else before we go? Y'all, you know what? Y'all on one today. I don't really know what's in the water. You know what? Let me do a pulse check. Everybody let me know where you tuning in from. I want to know what city and states are up in here. Therefore, that'll give me a good feel. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Put it in the chat real quick. And we gonna move on, baby. Y'all not listen. We got Chicago. We got Nairobi, Kenya, Africa in the house. Yes, we appreciate everybody. Come on. We got Atlanta, Georgia. Wigton, where'd you call in from? We got Katy, Texas. We got Decatur, Georgia. I'm going to say Wigton call in from Florida. We got London, UK. Okay. We got Louisiana from Christie. We got the DMV area. We got Dallas, Texas, Mejia, Texas. Them Texas girls deep, baby. We got Florida, Coconut Creek. Yeah. Wigton, where'd you call in from? We got Fulshire, Texas. We got New Jersey. We got a lot of Atlantas. We got Dallas. We got California, Las Vegas, Nevada. We got another Chicago coming through. We got Phoenix, Arizona. I want to know where Wigton is from. Put it in the chat, Wigton. Let me know when y'all catch where Wigton is from. Virginia Beach, London, UK, Tennessee. Miss Deborah, welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on today?
Is that me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Queen Sheba and chat and mods. I just have one thing to say. For you who don't tip your delivery drivers, when I look at your orders, I sit there and I laugh. I was like, not today and not tomorrow and not next week either. So if your order is sitting there and it's taking a long time to get your food, it's because your tip ain't big enough. I said what I said. Bye, y'all.
Bro, I don't want to talk about it. You just said I'm gonna talk about it. I get angry. I don't want to.
Oh, she said if you order some from DoorDash, wherever you order from, YouTube, Uber Eats, and your shit is sitting there, you didn't tip and they not bringing it. She said what she said. Gemini John is from Curacao and the Dutch. Did I say it? The Dutch Caribbean, Potomac. Ooh, Potomac, Maryland. That's a good one. We got Los Angeles. We got Dallas, Beaumont, Texas. Y'all coming through. Y'all are coming through. Okay, we finna slide to the left and do the cha-cha slide. We got Cali, Brittany, Janae, Cali. We got Chicago. New Orleans. Ooh, they got some good food in New Orleans. They really do. They got some good hurricanes too. I mean, the drinks. Yes. I want to know what Wigton is calling in from. Where Wigton go? Bella said that's why I picks up my own food. I know that's right, Bella. I tip good though. I'm a great tipper. TJ's baby, are you a good tipper?
All day, every day.
Yep, I am too. What about the rest of y'all? Trey, Lala, I tips well.
Oh yeah, when it's worth it, I tip well.
Okay.
I do want to ask, can we get the board housewife, the Potomac lady, to click the link and give us some tea? What's going on with
I know,
Karen?
right? I saw that, but I wasn't trying to put her on the spot. But you know what? We might have to go out there, Trey. We may have to go out there and see where she at. Deborah coming back. Deborah, you trying to backdoor on Saturday morning? I said what I said.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because I want to make it clear. Let me clarify what I meant. What I meant is I don't accept your order. We don't have to take them. When an order comes in, we look at it and decide if we want to accept it. That's what I mean. So let me make it very clear. I don't take orders and then hold people's food. I don't do that. Okay?
You better.
I just don't accept your order. I let it go to the next person is what I mean. Because y'all got to realize the food companies like DoorDash, Instacart, all these people, they're not paying us a lot. We basically make the money from the tips. I want y'all to understand that. It's not like we're making a whole bunch and expecting you to tip. No, we do expect, like when you go in a restaurant and you tip people, you drove there, they service you, you have no problem tipping them. But the person that's going to get your food so you can stay at home, y'all got issues with tipping us? Like, I'm not coming over to eat food with y'all. We're not cousins, okay? So no, I'm not bringing your food 10 miles and you want to tip $2. It ain't happening. So I just want y'all to understand, just trying to give you a little bit of clarity as to why it may be taking time for your orders to get to you. It's because people, it has to be worth our time. My gas, my time, all of that means something. So I'm selective on the orders that I choose. So that's what I mean. So no, I'm not taking, picking up something and holding their food. We don't do that. What I mean is I just don't accept the order. Okay? I said what I said. Bye, y'all.
Okay, bye. That was Miss Deborah. Oh, y'all out here acting a fool. But listen, we're going to get into the first. Which one y'all want to get into first? Okay, this is unplanned. I want to get into this one is an unplanned clip, okay? Because listen, a side chick pulled up to a man's house that got a wife. This is an unplanned clip. I want to get into it. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Let me know when you can see my screen, and we will get this party started. I forgot about this one. Y'all just be accepting anything out here, letting these men treat you any kind of way. And I said what I said. Don't get me started. Just letting these men treat you any kind of way. Here we go.
For that shit, get out of my motherfucking house. No. But you gotta go. You gotta quit. Uh-oh. Hey, you got the wrong word. I don't talk. I'm telling you, he gonna show up for me. I don't care how he talk about me. Bitch, you got the right one. I'm telling you, for me, he gonna show out. I promise you. It don't matter. You on the ground, not me. You gotta go. I'm telling you what it is. No, because I'm gonna go press charges on you. Don't press charges. You came to my house. They here. Tell my daddy. I'm going to tell my daddy. Tell him come down here. Shut the fuck up. Tell him come down here. He said you don't have shit anyway. It don't matter. I got him. I got his money. I got his money. What you been getting? What you been getting from him? Exactly. It don't matter. He just fucking you. So act like the rest of them. Cause me and my daughter finna work. Go on. You see my for that shit.
Who want to tackle this one? Anybody?
I don't know where to start. It's such buffoonery. She is the most dumbest 304 side chick I've ever seen. What was she planning on getting from pulling up to his house? And the fact that the man you're sleeping with, that the wife just said, what do you get from him other than, dick, right? She ain't clearly getting nothing. And she lets a man whack her and drag her by her hair. And she was giving him free coochie. Nah, she deserves everything she gets. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Have some self-respect. Have some decorum. Because a man like
ass.
that.
Let me play that again. What? Liz, she decide. That's the wife recording. He smacked the crap out of that lady. Hold on. It ain't funny, but hey, I say y'all puts up with anything. Here we go again.
For that shit, get out of my motherfucking house. No. But you gotta go. You gotta quit. Uh-oh. Hey, you got the wrong word. I don't talk. I'm telling you, he gonna show up for me. I don't care how.
The wife say he gonna show up for me. Man, go ahead. Who else want to do this one before we go to the next one?
What is he money? What city and state is that?
EOH, I don't know what that means.
Oh, she said he money. I get he money. Ain't that?
No, she's saying I get his money. I get his money.
Oh, I thought she said he money.
No, she said I'm getting his money. What are you getting? What are you getting? That's what she was saying to her.
This is called nigga shit right here. Pure nigga shit.
I can't hear anything. Hello?
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
Hold on,
familiar
little
going
Miss
in and
Tutu.
out.
Welcome, little Miss Tutu.
Hey, Queen. Hey, panel. Hey, chat. Listen, this is a prime example of side chick, hoe, mistress entitlement. Y'all are the ones, y'all people out there, the same ones that big up the same hoes that be messing with these married men. This is what is coming to now. And that's all I feel about it. She felt she could roll up to this man's house and she got what she got. And I don't feel any type of sympathy, no ways about it. She was supposed to get it. But y'all the ones out here bigging up this type of behavior, thinking this side chick culture is supposed to be all that. And it's not. And that's where shame is supposed to come back into our culture. Because if she was shamed fucking with him, she would have never even dared roll up on him like that. I'm just saying.
Can you sign it? Seal it?
I said what I said. Thank you.
I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will cuss you smooth out. My mouth ain't under control yet, and I can throw these hands. And let me tell you something, if I get my hands on you, I promise you, you gonna know you've been in a fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition.
You know, that shame should have kept her from being with that man as soon as she found out that he was with somebody else.
Thank you.
And I don't support men putting their hands on women as such, especially in this particular situation, because he was in the wrong. Both them women should have whooped his ass, if I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, when you operate in sin, you get sinful nature people. So, I mean, that's what sin looks and feels like, getting the shit slapped out of you. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying, Trey, but you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I understand. You know, when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, but
Okay.
he is the common denominator in this foolishness. So this whole recording and the lady getting beat, it's a bunch of mess.
It's a lot. It's a whole hot holy mess. Let's see. We got somebody. I guess they want to. I hope they're up to date on the. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on, Miss Beverly?
This is a prime example of plain old stupidity. I think she have a second grade education. Stuck on stupid. I said what I said.
All right. That's Miss Beverly. She said what she said. She said what she said. Look, we're gonna go to the next clip. All right, who we got? Let me see. Let me get my thumbnail back up there so I can say who's next up on the roster. Wait a minute. That was just an impromptu clip. I saw that. I was like, now this is ridiculous. And everybody's standing around watching it and recording. But ma'am, you put yourself in that situation to let a man slap the crap up out of you. A man that you sleeping with. Child, please. Child, please. But like to say, this is what y'all big up. Yes, good. She took your nigga good. Yes. Yeah, he want me. Okay. Getting treated like this. Hold on, watch this. Had our head all down in that dirt. All down in that dirt. But look, I'm finna roll. Let's go to Chris Brown. I mean, who do we have on there? Chris Brown and Kanye West. Y'all, why did I come across this conversation that Chris Brown had? And he outed Kanye West. Give me 1 second. I gotta find it. Here we go. No, that ain't it. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. I thought I had it queued up and ready to go. Give me just a couple of seconds. Who else do I have on that thumbnail? I can't see my screen. Oh, here we go. I got it. Don't worry about it. Y'all ready?
Yes, Queen.
All right, here we go.
So there was this artist.
Yeah.
And this artist wanted to go out to the club with us. Like, so, huge artist. So I'm like, all right, cool. Meet me at my crib. We're gonna go to the club. It's turn up night. It's gonna be another artist in there performing. And that artist song was the #1 song in the country. I'm talking about going crazy.
Yeah.
We get in the club. I make sure we got the whole section full of women. So the person in there, he looking around. The song come on. The other artist is on stage. Start singing a song. The whole building erupts. I'm talking about it erupts. Like everybody, girls in our section, they going crazy. I look over to this person. I'm talking about not a smirk, not a head nod, nothing. But the next time I turn back to look at the person in my section, they gone. I don't see him. I'm like, what this nigga that went? I look up. The nigga is on the DJ booth, right next to the artist that's doing the song. And he just like this. The nigga, when the song goes off, the nigga takes the mic. Takes the mic. So I'm thinking this artist is about to do some songs. I'm like, okay, he got the itch.
You
like,
feeling
man,
it?
you know, some artists
they gotta get some of that.
They got main character syndrome, like here.
Yeah.
But I can read it all over this person's face. Get the mic. I'm thinking he about to do his songs or do some shit. I'm like, oh, this shit crazy.
He's about to go crazy in here, yeah.
The nigga goes on a 45-minute rant.
Don't keep trying at me.
I'm talking about saying all of everything that about nothing.
Nigga, when I go up on the Grammy stage, it don't matter.
Y'all, this is hilarious. Chris Brown said the nigga goes on a 45-minute rant. I mean, saying everything about nothing. Let's continue.
Lakers play there tomorrow.
It's like it's so disappointing. Like when I was in there, I started looking around, and then from the club being everybody turning up, maybe we holler at some girls, what's up? It went from that to looking like the waiting room in hell. That's what I felt like it was. Like, like everybody turned into psychopath people. The topic of what his rant was about was like, what the fuck? In that club, there's a secret area. There's like a resting area you can go down at the club. So I said, I'm going downstairs. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna go smoke this blunt downstairs. Whatever we doing, boom, boom. This nigga gonna stop talking sooner or later. So I'm gonna go back up there afterwards. Yeah. I'm down that motherfucker for about 20 to 30 minutes, and all you still hear is half of the girls is gone.
Y'all, Kanye literally interrupted a party in a fucking nightclub and went on a rant. People started leaving. He said, watch what he says. Kanye says at the end, he talking about rapping, then talked about, listen, who the Los Angeles Lakers was going to be playing. Chris said the women started leaving. They went down. Look, did y'all know it was secret rooms in clubs? He said they went downstairs to a secret room, but watch this. Watch what he say he hear in the secret room. Hold on.
The last thing I hear, such and such ain't stick they finger in my booty. I don't even play that way.
That bitch ain't never sticking fingers in my hand. I don't play like that.
But there was this artist.
He said Chris Brown. I didn't know Chris was this hilarious. I didn't know he was such a good storyteller. He said at the end, Kanye said, such and such and put his fingers in my booty. Listen, I didn't used to think Kanye, I thought he was playing crazy. Kanye real crazy. I didn't know that, y'all.
Queen, isn't he diagnosed with something?
How you take a microphone, Lala, interrupt the artist that's performing, go on a rant, talk about who the Los Angeles Lakers are playing, and then end it with, he put his finger in my booty.
That's unstable person, Queen. And that's not his first rodeo. He's known to take mics, and it's the jealousy that was eating him up. Somebody having the #1 record, he's in that club, instead of vibing and enjoying the party, he wants to go on a rant only because he's jealous. He wants to be the center of attention. That's the thing with Kanye. And he is, unfortunately, I think he's bipolar. I think he's got bipolar problems. And he's not taking his medication. And this is what happens when you don't take your medication. You go on a rant that nobody understands what you're talking about.
Listen, did Chris not lay that story out? Typically, you want people to get to the point, right? I was like, okay. Then I go downstairs and I sit for 20 minutes, he said. And it turned into like the waiting room for hell. His analogies were like spot on. I just thought this was funny that he exposed Kanye like that. It was just hilarious to me. I wanted to share that really quick, but listen, we're going to shift on over unless somebody else got something to say about this.
I was just gonna add that it was Yo Gotti. It was around the time that Down in the DMs was the #1 song. He was the one that was performing.
Oh, I was wondering what song. Okay, thank you for that clarification, Trey. Listen, y'all, we finna get into. I want to save Terrance Crawford for last. I want to. Okay, so if you look at the title of the video, there's a lady, y'all, who's planning to leave her disabled husband. I want y'all to listen to this. I don't want to put my spin on it. Just listen to the call and tell me what your thoughts are. And I'm gonna start with you, Trey, after the caller calls in, okay? Here we go. Here we go.
5 years ago, we took the kids up to the mountains, went mountain biking, and he crashed his bike. Very, very severely suffered a traumatic brain injury. We spent 2 months in local hospitals, 5 brain surgeries, had half of his skull removed. He regained consciousness enough that they accepted him to a rehab hospital. They said for 2 months, we'll do rehab. And then that 2-month stay turned into a 7-month stay. I had so much faith the whole time he would be healed. I knew it. I knew he would get better, at least better enough that we could carry on a conversation with him. And over the next 2 years of having him at home, he just never really got better. He did learn to walk again. He knows my kids. He forgets their names sometimes. He has no concept of space or time. All of that part of his brain was damaged. And we put him on hospice and thought the time would come that he would pass. It's been almost 2 years. He's still with us, pretty much no quality of life. And it's just been so hard to know how to move on.
Can I just sit with you in that for a minute? That's so much.
I'm in the position where I'm jealous of women whose husbands just get to go peacefully. Recently, one of my husband's old friends reached out, said, "How's he doing?" And we kind of struck up this friendship. But it was just nice.
It was
awesome. Nice to have somebody talk to me on that level. It was nice to have somebody check in at night saying, "How are you doing?" And I promise you, it has not gone anywhere. You know what I mean? It just
listen to me. You're not crazy. You're not a bad person.
Okay, here's my question. I am considering getting a divorce so that I can move on with my life. Just this little encounter I've had with this man
it made you feel alive again.
Really
made you feel alive again.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like there's a coming to terms with the fact that all the things you've prayed for the last 5 years, many of them have come true. They just haven't come true in the ways that you wanted them to. And the great challenge of just being alive is dealing with that gap of what we wanted versus what we get. I hear a woman who deeply loves her husband. I hear a woman who has not yet opened her hands up to the fact that you can't control any of this. And every step of the way, you're continuing to control, continue to try to control, and continue to try to control, even to the point that you got everybody together to plan for the end. There's no possible way I'm going to sit in judgment of you on any decision that you make. I do believe that you get to choose to feel alive in whatever context you find. I also believe that for sickness and in health and covenant, I don't know, still means something. And I would suggest before you go file for divorce, you spend some time with open hands. And maybe your prayer switches from, okay, what about this? Okay, what about this? Okay, what about this? To, I've got no control and I've got no power. Please lead me into what comes next.
5 years ago, we...
Oh, okay. Is this a good one for us to tackle?
She wasn't there in the beginning.
She trifling as hell. I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
Mm-hmm.
This is her husband. She walked down the aisle with this man, and he got a almost a very terrible, debilitating injury while they were out with their kids. I'm assuming it's both of their children.
Mm-hmm.
But the way she said he still recognizes or he knows the names of my children. Like, what does that mean? My children, are they not y'all's children? Number one. Number two, he went through all of these procedures and surgeries and got to the point where he learned how to walk. He still knows how to talk, apparently. But you threw his ass in a hospice hoping that he was gonna die? I'm just confused. I'm assuming we don't have all the information, but it's just weird. I mean, if he don't remember nothing, what's to stop you from having you a man if he's already in hospice? But it's just weird. I'm not sure. I get the fact that she is wanting to continue on with her life, but she made a vow to that man. So I don't know if she's meaning that she wants to divorce and just act like he's no longer there or just forget about him, or if she's wanting to divorce so she feels comfortable dating again. That would be my concern
Can
or
you sign it,
question.
seal it, and deliver it?
Oh, I said what I said.
All right. Listen, Nanny of the Maroon said resentment is real. It's hard to care for somebody if they weren't treating you good when they were healthy. That's why it's better to walk away from a damaged relationship as soon as possible. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. Lala, what's your take on this whole situation?
I feel severely bad for her. I really do understand her predicament because it's been 2 years. She put him in hospice, but normally hospice is when you know they're actually going. You know what I mean? That you're preparing for that to go to the next part of their life, right? So I think she kind of thought this is the end. I'm going to get my life back. And it didn't happen like that. And it's hard. Like I can't put myself in that situation because it's hard. She's got kids. She's got to take care of. She's got herself and her mental and physical to take care of. And then she's thinking about that. And does she want to forget herself just because of he's unwell? I get it, but I also would not be talking to his friend. That's number one. And when you married him, you said in sickness and in health. Now is sickness time. Now's the time where you need to regroup and have the faith and work it out, do what you can as a wife. But instead, you're having side conversations with his friend that called you to check up on him. I understand moving on, and I understand that you have a life too, but you really, really need to look at yourself and how would you function if that was you? So if that was her and the roles were reversed, how would she want him to do it? Would she want what's done to him to be done to her? It's unfair, in my opinion.
Sign it, seal it, and deliver it.
I said what I said.
Period. Oh, TJ's baby, you want to jump in on this one?
She wasn't ever in on it from the beginning, because if she was, she would be trying other alternatives to try to help him get himself together, get himself better, doing some research, searching some other doctors, getting other opinions. She didn't say nothing about she did none of that. She just said that it took up her time, but I don't think she was into it from the beginning, and like somebody said that maybe he wasn't good to her in the beginning. So maybe that's why she's like that. But I said what I said.
All right. She said what she said. I'm going to say this. I think it's absolutely cruel. I think it is cruel. If you don't want to be a long-term partner, ladies, don't get married. You finna leave that man. She wants to divorce that man. He already on his way out of here. He already on his way out of here in a disabled state. And when she leaves him, that's it. Nobody's going to be able to take care of him. He's not he's not regular anymore. So you're just going to leave him in a hospice. That's cruel to me. That's crazy. It's almost like, well, I done got everything I needed out of this. And the crazy part is he hurt himself, like Trey said, on a family activity, not at work, with his family, taking the kids trail riding. And mama said, I'm gone. I'm up out of here. A whole piece of your skull is missing. You know what? Let me focus on me. It's been 2 years. Boy, it sure feels good for a man to say hi to me. Boy, it sure feels good for somebody to call me and tuck me in at night. To me, I was like, that's scary. You better fucking be careful who you marry. And I said what I said. 2 years, you out? And like somebody said in the chat, she said, he ain't dying quick enough. Boy, if that ain't cold-hearted to me, it's cold-hearted. I wouldn't give a damn what your emotional needs are. Hell, like somebody said, I wouldn't advocate for it. He on his way out the door. You can't hold on? You can't hold on a little bit longer? She does not want to hold on. And I just feel like, oh, it's cold-hearted. The first lady, KB, says, I can't judge her. I'm not in it, but I do. But she took a vow. Don't get married. She took a vow. You can judge her if she got married in the church and if a pastor married her and she said those vows. Yeah, you can hold her to it. That's called accountability. Ma'am, because let me tell you something. If a woman goes on a bike ride, falls, part of her skull gets cut out, and the man said, you know what? I just want to leave her there in that facility. Y'all would be like, you know, good motherfucker. You mother. I hope. Listen, and would call the news to cover it. Y'all would say that is so wrong. Y'all, that's cold in the motherfucker. He on his way up out of here. He in a hospice. It ain't like she gotta be there every day. Even if she did want to do a little something on the side, she could. She says she wants to divorce this man. Finito, done. I don't even want to look at you. I don't even want to come back up there to visit you, ma'am. Y'all better be careful. And I said what I said. Thank you, Salt and Light. She said that's why people should pay attention to the vows they take. Listen, I don't understand it, ma'am. I don't. And people say, well, don't never say what you, I said it. Don't never say what you not going to do. When you take the vows, that's your template. That's your guideline. That's your pamphlet. Adhere to the vows. Based on the vows, what y'all got? Panel?
She don't like him. And I think she put him in there because she thought he was going to go soon. And vows are important. Like you said, if she made it in front of church, in front of God, that she's going to, it's in sickness and health and what stuff, then she should stick to it. Because at the end there, this guy is dying. And you're, like you said, he's in the hospice and you're not even there. And you're worried about another man making you feel good for 5 minutes. I just think she's very self-centered, very selfish, heartless. And I think I don't think she likes him. I do not think she likes him at all. Their love is gone for me. The way she's acting, there's no love there.
Either she don't like him or the fairy tale is over. That's what I'm like. I don't even know, because sounds like the fairy tale is over. That's crazy to me though, but okay.
Yeah, she don't have to be so hot in the pants though. Like you said, how long you can't wait a little bit longer for the man to die since you just believe that he's on his way out. Like, what's really going on? It just seems like she does not like him, or she's upset that she no longer has her husband anymore.
She says she's jealous of women whose husbands get to die fast. Y'all, that's cold than a motherfucker. That is like, I want him to go die. Okay, and I know everybody's trying to figure out what was she feeling. First of all, he's not dead. He may not be able to communicate, but he can definitely pick up on the energy and what's going on. Imagine you being in a position and can't communicate, and somebody on the other side is waiting for you to die, so they can go on.
How long he been in hospice?
Huh?
How long he been in hospice?
2 years.
Shit, he might throw dirt in her face.
Yeah, 2 years. But imagine how that feels to him. Even if he can't communicate. That's crazy to me. I just wanted to bring that to y'all. I was like, damn, you never know, baby. Ramel says we don't know if it's financed. She's still gonna leave him by herself. You know what I'm saying? What kind of lesson is that? What kind of role model are you for your kids? Just leave them. Leave them in the hospice, whether it's finances or not. Shit. It's like, I'm about to abandon your ass. I ain't got time for this. 2 years. I thought you was going to be up out of here. Y'all, that's cold-hearted. Period, point blank. It ain't her stepdaddy. It ain't her in-law. It's her husband who hurt himself while doing things with his children. Most women say they want. Now, all of a sudden, I can identify with her. I can't. Ain't this what y'all want? A loving, doting, nice husband who loves his children, who loves his wife. She didn't say there was any infidelity. She said, I just want to be free. But most women want to be married. Now you want to be free, even to the point you're going to leave that man in that hospice center by himself to die alone. Come on, ladies. Somebody help me out.
It's because she got a little bit of attention, Queen. That's what happens when you get a bit of attention. You feel like, oh, I still got it. Let this man die quickly. And you never know. She might be waiting on the life insurance payout and she's pissed that he ain't died quick enough for her. I don't know. But it's given that I finally got attention and I still got it. I am that woman. Why am I tied down to a man that should have died, ain't dying yet? You know what I mean? That's what it's given to me.
Oh, it's tough. Like if everybody just really think about if that was you, I don't know if you got much understanding and you couldn't talk, but you knew everything that was going on and they finna drop you off and leave you and may never come back to see you. It don't matter. That's selfish to me. You know, I understand it can be tough, but that's what you signed up for. Quit craving, wanting a ring, wanting to wear that dress, wanting all the good parts of marriage and the vacations and look, all of that. But God forbid if he hurt himself. Well, it's the money, Queen, and men will do it. You knew that when you said I do. Chrissy, I feel you. You knew that. That's why I say, you know, sometimes with marriage, I don't know about y'all. Don't think about who you want good times with. If you went through the worst times of your life, who do you trust to be there with you? That's how you got to pick a partner. Study long, study wrong, baby. I said what I said. Anybody else?
Repeat that again, Queen, because that was so...
Huh?
Repeat that last bit again.
Study long, study wrong. Yeah, you can hear. Okay, Salt Light, she says when you're in a coma, you can hear. I know because I've been in one. That's what I'm saying. He can hear it. He may not be able to respond. They'll tell you that too. They'll tell you in ICU, they can probably hear you. Be careful what you say. You know what I mean? Don't be talking about Go ahead, Trey.
Well, no, you're good. I was agreeing with you. Like she, even outside of past, the surgery, she literally said that he worked himself back up to walking again. Clearly, this man wants to live, and you just throw him in a damn hospice like he's some bitch on the street. Like, what are we talking about? She got to get her life together.
So if he worked himself up to walk again, he's fighting. Because he probably recognizes shit. This lady trying to throw me away. They say they want me to play it one more time. Hold on, let me run it again. I'm gonna run it again, and then we'll move on. Y'all, it took me weeks to bring this to y'all because you think about that. You don't know until you don't. Don't nobody know. You hope your spouse do the right thing. You hope your kids do the right thing. But shit, you don't know. Here we go.
5 years ago, we took the kids up to the mountains, went mountain biking, and he crashed his bike. Very, very severely suffered a traumatic brain injury. We spent 2 months in local hospitals, 5 brain surgeries, had half of his skull removed. He regained consciousness enough that they accepted him to a rehab hospital. They said for 2 months, we'll do rehab. And so that 2-month stay turned into a 7-month stay. I had so much faith the whole time he would be healed. I knew it. I knew he would get better, at least better enough that we could carry on a conversation with him. And over the next 2 years of having him at home, he just never really got better. He did learn to walk again. He knows my kids. He forgets their names sometimes. He has no concept of space or time. All of that part of his brain was damaged. And we put him on hospice and thought the time would come that he would pass. It's been almost 2 years. He's still with us. Pretty much no quality of life. And it's just been so hard to know how to move on.
Can I just sit with you?
I don't think we have to play the whole thing just to get the gist of the conversation. That lady is angry. She's pissed off. She was mad that rehab went from 2-month stay to a 7-month stay. You can hear it in her voice. Let me see. Let's see. Welcome, Janine. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen Sheba and Palace and Mods. You hit on the nail on the head when you flipped it and you're saying, and because you're humanizing this whole story outside of her being tired, I look at it as she's over the responsibility of it. We definitely have to take heed to what we're saying when we're making those vows, because someone else said in sickness and in health. And richer for richer or for poorer. It's no different than if she married someone that had money, then he lost all his money, and she don't feel like having to move back to the basement of his parents' house or whatever. So I'm going to leave him because this other guy who came by with his Porsche or whatever. This is in sickness and in health. She has to stand by that man's side because she took that vow before God and before witnesses. To me, it's like she's over the responsibility of it. Yes, when you are lacking attention and you're starving for that attention, you can gravitate to that. If you ask men, men cheat because of that, because of the attention, quote unquote, that they are feeling from another person. But don't leave that man in the house like that. It's cruel. I just feel as though it's very cruel and unusual punishment, and she would not want it to be happening to her or her children. So it's something that she definitely needs to think about. And I said what I said. Thank you.
All right. She said what she said. That was Janine. Thank you, Janine, for calling in. Y'all, that story messed me up because I'll be sitting here, I'll be like, the people you feel safe with or supposed to feel safe with is your family. And listen, it sounded like she threw that man in that facility and he could walk. She didn't want the responsibility of him. That's what I'm taking from it. She said, we put him in the hospice, and it's 2 years later, he's still here. He went through a rehab facility. You don't go through rehab if there's not a chance of you living. Or am I completely wrong from my medical professionals?
No, you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. But I think she put him in there because she did not want to deal with him. And, and maybe, health professionals told her, he hasn't got long. But the fact that he's walking, he's not, I don't know if she's saying he's not able to talk or he doesn't
Yeah.
remember
He'll
anything.
just,
She's not saying, did she say that he can't talk? I don't think she said that, but
he said
the
he has no
cognitive part.
sense of time and space. He can say the
Okay.
children's name sometime. Am I right?
I
Right.
think so.
But he
Yeah.
forgets the names sometimes. He recognizes them, but he forgets their names.
I think she put him in there, Queen, because she didn't want to take care of him. That's all
Me
it
too.
is.
Me too. That's true. Now, Ty says, what if he wasn't the loving husband watch this? That's a great question. What if he wasn't the loving husband we're assuming he was? Then you leave. You leave. If you are being mistreated emotionally, physically, spiritually, you leave. What's the first thing women tell men when they catch them cheating or having an emotional affair? If you didn't want me, you should have what? Let me go. You leave. The same rule apply. You leave. I said that to somebody that was in a 35-year marriage. The man wasn't being very nice to her. It wasn't like a one-off thing. It wasn't like for a week, a month. It was for years. 35 years of marriage. And everybody thought I was going to say, because one person said, well, maybe you should give them time. No, he's had 35 years. You need to leave. If he's being mean to you, you need to go. That's a slow death to let somebody mistreat you like that. I believe in love. I believe in marriage. I believe in vows and all that. Even Akbar, if y'all know who that is, Akbar, talking about her husband, nodding her head up, got a side chick. But God wants me to be submissive. Show me that in the scripture. Show me where God says your husband can cheat on you, abuse you, knock your head up, bust your lip, and you must submit. Quit playing with me. And I'm not talking to you, Ty. You got to go. And I said what I said.
And there's a reason why God permits divorce. That's the reason for it, because no human deserves to be mistreated, especially by their spouse.
Right.
So when people talk like that, one, they don't know the scripture, or they're listening to some Looney Tunes, right? Two, they really just justifying their need to stay for their own reasons and use religion for it. Because anybody that talks like that clearly does not know their religion, in my opinion. And I said what I said.
Listen, and I want to say this. People are saying, well, maybe he was mean to her. I get all that. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe, who knows? But the point is, here's where we are now as a result of my decision to stay in a marriage. Now, what's the rule we say on Wednesday morning corporate segment? If you stay, you better play. You can't make up the rules as you go in a situation that you committed to.
The man caught the injury taking his wife and his children out on a vacation.
Ain't that what they say they want? A man that's active, that loves his wife, that loves his children, and he was in a horrible accident. And because she hasn't had whispers of sweet nothings in 2 years, she want to leave him in a hospice center.
Well, I think it's been 4 years at this point.
2. She dropped him off 2 years ago in the hospice.
Right, but then it was 2 years prior that he had the injury, so he couldn't have been saying anything to her in the coma, what have you. But it's been a long time. I say that.
It is, but let me go to Traylene. Traylene, welcome. You're on mute. What do you have?
I think the Braxton family is banking on the fact that they say Tamar is so extra and she tells story and all that to disregard what's really going on. But I think Tamar is tired. And I said what I said.
All right, that's Traylene. She said what she said. She said, y'all gonna get up off of Tamar. And Traylene's probably Traylene, you're in the earlier part of the show. That's all right. They like, huh? Traylene, that's okay. You gotta move that little cursor all the way up. You're in the earlier part of the show. Even though your call is live. You'll see what I mean in a minute. That's why they saying, huh? But y'all know what she mean. Hell, welcome, Simple Yet Stylish, to Saturday. We're talking about this. Simple, are you caught up? Simple Yet Stylish. Uh-oh. Let's do a mic check. Simple Yet Stylish. I'm going to take you out. Okay, let's see. Let's do a mic check.
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you. What you got?
Oh. Hey, Queen, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Okay, let me kick her out. Come back in. Simple Yet Stylish. You can come back in. I had to kick you out. We can't hear you. Try to do it again. When you guys come up, make sure your audio settings and your camera settings, make sure you do that before you click enter studio. All right. Yeah, I think this is a bit cold-hearted. It's just, yeah. It's a bit cold. Anybody else? Final thoughts on this before I'll give Simple Yet Stylish a couple of seconds. And then it seems like, okay, I got Ty's comment. This one. Shar says, I work with brain and spinal cord injury patients, even those with behavior issues. We see this all the time. We had one man bring his new woman to the facility to do his wife's hair. I'm going to say this. This must be hard, right? To hear that. But at least he didn't leave her. He's getting her groomed, which is harder for them to bring the new person there and you're not coherent, or for them to leave you. Simple Yet Stylish, welcome. What are your thoughts?
Hi, Queen. I hope you can hear me now.
Yep.
Okay, so I just want to add my 2 cents on the whole situation with the woman and her husband being unwell. I think because we now put so many of our own terms and conditions on what marriage should look like for ourselves, we forget that marriage is something that was introduced by God. Whether you believe in him or not, it's something that he encourages his children to do, to be fruitful, to multiply, to grow in union, to bond. And that vow in sickness and in health, I don't think some people understand the depths of it. It means, as in, if your husband or your wife or your spouse is bedbound, they can't speak, they don't recognize you, they can't do anything for themselves, you are going to stick by them until the Lord calls them. But what I've noticed this woman was doing as well is she's putting a time frame on her husband's recovery process, and she's angry at him and she resents him because he's not recovering quick enough for her. And it seems as if she's very mad at him. She's very angry at him. And I just pray to God that she's not mistreating him behind closed doors or anything like that. But I think she just doesn't understand the depths of marriage. I've known people, family members and old colleagues that happened to be women that had husbands who were bedbound. They had so many people in their ears telling them, put him in a hospice or put him in a care home so that he's not necessarily your responsibility anymore. But they stuck by their husbands until the Lord called them. And so I just want to say that it's all well and good saying, oh, if you don't want him, then you can take him to a care home or he's someone else's responsibility. But that's not what you signed up for. You signed up for marriage, and we need to stop putting our own terms and conditions on the vows of marriage. And I said what I said.
She said what she said. Beautiful, beautiful take. I like how you use the word unwell as opposed to sick. I caught that. That was very nice, very soft and warm. I like that. I'm gonna have to start making sure that I'm mindful of what I say and how I say, but I think that's a great replacement when your husband's unwell. For panelists that are up here, I'm gonna ask that you please, I'm about to call on you, First Lady KB, but you have an echo. You have something playing in the background. So go ahead and pause whatever's playing, and then I am going to call on you. In 5, 4, 3, 2. First Lady KB, come off mute. What are your thoughts?
Oh, wait.
You straight? We can hear you.
Okay. I'm just saying, I think that we are looking at it from a different perspective. She said in the beginning that he is at home with them. That's in-home hospice. And they only do that when you're not going to get any better. She said that he was.
Did her mic go out? Is it me or did she go out?
I think she went out. I don't hear her anymore.
He went out.
Maybe she'll come back. Let me First Lady, drop down and come back. We'll wait on you. Your audio went out. I'm gonna kick her out the studio. She gonna come back. Okay. So hospice, let's see. It's a tough subject because some of y'all are married out there. She wants a divorce, y'all.
I thought she said that he was at the house and then she sent him to hospice.
Let's listen again. Let me play it again while we wait for her to come back. Hold on. Okay, I'm about to play it again because everybody's confused. We want to get clarity on if he was in the house or if she moved him out the house and put him in a hospice facility. Give me 1 second. And you can have home hospice. That's correct. For a loved one, but we just want to make sure we're hearing. So we understand that the hospice can be in your home or in a dedicated hospice facility, but we want to make sure that we heard what we think we heard. Hold on.
5 years ago, we took the kids up to the mountains, went mountain biking, and he crashed his bike. Very, very severely suffered a traumatic brain injury. We spent 2 months in local hospitals, 5 brain surgeries, had half of his skull removed. He regained consciousness enough that they accepted him to a rehab hospital. They said for 2 months, we'll do rehab. And so that 2-month stay turned into a 7-month stay. I had so much faith the whole time he would be healed. I knew it. I knew he would get better, at least better enough that we could carry on a conversation with him. And over the next 2 years of having him at home, he just never really got better. He did learn to walk again. He knows my kids. He forgets their names sometimes. He has no concept of space or time.
Okay, let's real quick. She said 7 months in a rehab facility, 2 years at home after that. Let's see what she says about the hospice. So far, we're 2.7 years post-injury. Give me 1 second.
Time, all of that part of his brain was damaged, and we put him on hospice and thought the time would come that he would pass. It's been almost 2 years. He's still with us, pretty much no quality of life, and it's just been so hard to know how to move on.
Can I just sit with you in that for a minute? That's so much.
I'm in the position where I'm jealous of women whose husbands just get to go peacefully. Recently, one of my husband's old friends reached out, said, "How is he doing?" And we kind of struck up this friendship. But it was just nice.
It was
awesome. Nice to have somebody talk to me on that level. It was nice to have somebody check in at night saying, "How are you doing?" And I promise you, it has not gone anywhere. You know what I mean? It just.
Listen to me. You're not crazy. You're not a bad person.
Okay. Here's my question. I am considering getting a divorce so that I can move on with my life. Just this.
That's the gist of it. And First Lady KB, I want to come back to you. First, you got to come off mute. If not, I'm going to go to, let's give her a couple of seconds. First Lady.
I'm off mute. I'm here.
Okay,
Can you
go
hear
ahead.
me?
Yep, go ahead.
So I think I don't think y'all hearing that she wants to get a divorce, but I'm hearing that she wants to get a divorce so she won't cheat. Like, she is honoring her vows, and she's saying he's in hospice. She didn't say she put him in hospice. She said they put him on hospice, which means he's still there with her. She's still taking care of him. But in order for her to move on, because he's not going to get any better, she can't decide to put him on hospice. The doctors decide that. So because she wants to move on, she'd rather get divorced legally instead of cheat on him when he's right there. So she's never said she's not going to stop taking care of him. She never said she was treating him mean. She just said she's getting a divorce so she can honor her vows and won't cheat. Because she knows he's not going to get any better. She's not rushing him, and she said she hoped that he would pass peacefully because he's suffering. He has no concept of time and space. That's hard, watching somebody just be a shell. It's very hard. So I don't think she's being a bad wife. I just think we're looking at it because she had a conversation with somebody. Yes, she missed conversation. She's an adult. Who wouldn't? But she said it didn't go anywhere. It's not nothing, but she do want to move on. And she's not rushing him to pass. But if he's going to be here and she's still going to take care of him, why can't she? She wants to divorce legally so she won't be a cheater. That's my take on it. And I said what I said.
Well, you can't divorce him and then so with hospice, she can't divorce him and that she's no longer responsible for him when she divorces him.
That's true, but she did not say that she wasn't going to take care of him. She's just saying she wanted to divorce. Maybe she wants to divorce the legal paperwork so she can move on with somebody else. That don't mean she must stop taking care of him. She never
But she
said that.
right.
We
That's
assume
true.
that. We assume that. We assume that. She didn't say that. She
But
said she cared for that man deeply and that she was hurt that he didn't heal. She said she had all faith that he was going to heal. So it's hard seeing him with no concept of space or time. He don't know the kids half the time. He can't remember. That's a hard pill to swallow.
you also
I'm just
assuming
saying.
that I'm gonna put you on mute for a second. You got a little bit of background and just come
I'm
off when you're
sorry.
ready. That's okay. Just come off when you're ready to talk. But you're also assuming that she is going to take care of him.
Right.
Listen, y'all, we gotta follow the rabbit hole pretty much. When a person no longer wants to be responsible and they want a divorce, divorce means I no longer want to be attached in that manner. She said it's hard for her. Okay. When I hear that for this situation, I'm not hearing a woman that says, I want to continue to take care of him. What I hear is a woman that wants to be done, who wants to move on with life, who thought he would be dead by now.
That's literally what she said. She said that she was jealous of other women whose husbands or loved ones were able to pass peacefully. To me, that sounds like I'm ready for this man to go. And I want to. And she also said, I want a divorce so that I can just go ahead and move on with my life. I mean, yes, it's an assumption but it's still an assumption either way. But to me, it just sounds like she ready to get him on up out of there, so she can continue on with her life without him.
I mean, I guess I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, you got to think when you're in that situation, and the doctors have said he's not gonna get any better. He never gonna regain that part of his brain and all that. I don't know. She can't really move on for real, but she can't. He's not gonna die apparently, but she can't. She's stuck to for moving on. Like, so her life has to stop completely. When you marry somebody, you just gotta accept it for what it is. I don't know. I don't understand. It's just me. I don't know if I would be able to completely stop living because he can't. He doesn't have a quality of life anymore, and that's got to be hard. That's a hard decision. So I don't know.
I'm gonna go to the next caller. Give me 1 second. Wing Goddess says, wait, what's going on? She left her husband. She wants to leave him. Her husband suffered a traumatic brain injury while on vacation. What most women say they want, a doting husband. He's on vacation with his wife and his kids. They're out doing an activity, and he injured himself, and he never fully recovered. It's been, I guess we can say, maybe almost 3-4 years, and she misses companionship. He's disabled. She's put him in hospice. She thought he would be dead. She's having feelings of resentment because she said that she's jealous of other women whose husbands have died quickly. Her husband ain't dead yet. And she's considering getting a divorce. And that's what we're talking about. Salt and Light, what are your thoughts?
Hi, everyone. My thoughts are this, and I guess I may be bringing a little different twist. It depends on whether or not they have Christian beliefs and if they were married in the church, like you said, because actually, marriage is a representation to the world of how Christ loves the church and died and gave himself as a ransom. So if that were the case, Christ doesn't give up on us when we're not walking the way that we should, or the quality of our life does not meet his expectations. So me as a wife going on 35 years myself with my husband, I was very young when I took the vows, but I understood that there was a possibility that he could end up in a situation as the gentleman that you're speaking of. But I took the vow to stand with him in sickness. And I think that that's why the vows specify what you're standing up there and taking the responsibility and the honor to do. It says in sickness and health, until death do us part. It doesn't say till I feel that I can no longer handle it. Now, if she is in a position like that, the best thing she could do is leave him. If she's not going to be able to fulfill the vows in the way that that means she's out of it anyway. So I say this, just myself personally. I don't, if that were to happen, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be praying. I have seen people that be in hospice and God turn it around. He could be there longer than what she is. She could leave this earth before he does. So I say that, me just speaking for myself, I would be standing in the vows that I promised to stand to.
All right. Thank you for
I
that
said,
insight.
am I supposed to say I said what I said?
Yes.
I said what the word of God says.
All right. I know that's right. And that's Salt and Light. And hold on, let me read some of these comments because maybe y'all want to kind of, there's a comment right here. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, Rude Girl. I'm gonna go to your comment and somebody else. Rude Girl said, if you're not in this situation, how can anyone say they would what they would or wouldn't do? Well, you have to do what you said you were gonna do. Which takes me to this one. Only Me One Kind says it's easy to say what we would or wouldn't do until we are in that situation. No, watch this. You gotta do what you said you're gonna do when you took those vows in sickness and in health. To death do us part.
Forsaking all others.
Even the late night phone call from your good old friend, forsaking that. Being anxious for nothing, but through all things by supplication and prayer, which is what he told her to do at the end of this call. Because you made a vow. And I think that's so unfair. And I know it's easy to lean on the technical. Well, you don't know what you're going to do until you get in. And no, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do as he was putting that ring on my finger. That's the first thing. So you have to remember, what did you take an oath? What did you vow to do? should your partner fall ill? What would you want your partner to do should you fall ill and, God forbid, have a piece of your skull cut out your head? I know you want a little loving. I know you want to go on a vacation, but guess what? All of that is possible too if you set yourself up right financially by way of a life insurance policy, because you can actually add a rider. A rider is where you pay a little bit extra a month should you or your spouse need long-term care. That life insurance policy kicks in before death and pays for all of the services that they need. There's no excuse. I know I'm being judgy, but that's harsh to do your spouse like that. That don't mean I'm right. Just the thought of it, y'all. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say you're being judgmental. I just think you have an opinion on the situation like everyone else here. I, as a caregiver myself for a family member, no, we are not married, but I did make a vow to take care of my family member in the good times and the bad times. This lady has an additional contract on top of him being someone that she loves, the father of her kids, I'm assuming. This is her husband. She took that vow as well. And she also took the vow to be his caregiver when she decided to stay with him throughout the time period of his, care. So it's not that we're saying that she should just sit and wallow in pain or what have you. But I mean, if you're gonna do something, if you need to do it, finish it out. That's all I'm saying.
And I think what makes it a little bit, and I'm not going to say she's right or wrong, because you're right, that has to be complicated, emotionally. However, she's pretty upfront about, she didn't say nothing. She's upfront about what she wants. She said, I miss companionship pretty much. It's nice having a man to talk to. Although it hasn't gone anywhere, that has woken up feelings inside of her. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry. If it was a man had a woman at home in that condition, y'all, we would be completely, I don't know if too many women would be understanding, because you would expect him to override and toggle that switch and say, but you took a vow to take care of your wife. You're really about to desert your wife in the middle of hospice? We wouldn't say, I don't know, First Lady KB, if you would probably think, well, he's still going to take care of her. You'd be like, hell no, he trying to divorce her so he doesn't have to be responsible for her. And I think because she's longing for, and she's very open about longing for, and y'all feel free to jump in. Look, I'm tired of calling y'all by name. I said what I said. Just jump in when you want to on the conversation. But I think it's because of her reason. And her reason sounds really selfish, in my opinion.
It's very selfish, and also everything's on her time. It was meant to take a couple of months, and it took 7 months, and we put him into a home care, the last bit of care, and he's supposed to die, but he's still alive another 2 years. It's just so selfish and self-centered. And I just don't understand her reason. Everything's on her time. And someone that's saying, I prayed so hard and I stayed faithful. The faith is the fact that he's still alive after 2 years and you put him in hospice. That's the faith right there.
That's powerful, Lala.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, man. She's selfish to me, and all this because she had sweet little talks with his friend. Let's keep it real. His friend that called to check up on him, and she's having sweet little nighttime talks with him. And because of that, wow, she now wants to hurry up the process because he's not dying. That's the whole point of this thing, is he's not dying quick enough for her. That's why she wants a divorce. That's not somebody that is, staying on faith and standing strong on her faith. That's somebody like, nah, he ain't dying quick enough for me, in my opinion.
I think that you said something. You said, girl, you said you prayed. The faith is the fact that he's still here with us.
I agree.
Exactly.
Who wants their loved one to die? I don't think anybody's focusing on that enough. Anybody got anything? Who's wanting them to die?
She said she's ready for him to go. That's the thing. I agree with Lala. It's like, I think it's like what she's saying and in this, like, we get it. We are very empathetic to her. And, I want to give her flowers for sticking in there. But, man, with some of the comments that you're making, I'm still kind of stuck on that. My kids. He he recognizes my kids. Are they not y'all's kids? Didn't he take them to a vacation? And that's where he plummeted down the mountain. Like it's weird. Everything sounds very selfish, like Lala was saying.
I agree.
Y'all feel free.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that it would be helpful before people get into marriages to have some type of counseling regarding what it all entails?
No.
And you don't?
No, because they're going to do what they want to do anyway.
Because I tell you what, I was young. I was 22. My husband was 21 years old. But in these last going on 35 years, I have been at death's door.
Mm-hmm.
He's had to take me home and wipe my crappy behind and take care of me, you know. And he was, at that time when it happened to me, I was only in my 30s. And, you know, I'm sure that wasn't a pleasant thing to do, but that's what he committed to do for me. And I would do the same for him. Just like what I was saying about Christ loving the church is a representation. We're a representation of that through marriage. The husband is to love the wife like Christ loved the church. And you don't just walk away, because God's love for us is never failing. It's always present. Even when we are hard-headed or things get tough, it's there.
Let me rephrase. You said simple yet stylish. You have two profiles up here. Let's test one of them.
It's glitching. Let me sort that out.
Okay, no, you're good. Okay, keep that one on mute. You're good. Salt and light. Let me say this to you. I said that really quick. I know why I said it, but I said it too quick when you said, and y'all feel free to come off mute whenever y'all are ready. Will couples counseling help? I think there was a time it did, but I think it depends on the heart of the man. And when I say the heart of the man, I'm not talking about gender. I'm talking about the person. You know, you can get all the counseling you want if you plan on implementing the strategies that they give you ahead of time, right? In that case, yeah. But the way the world is, you see people do what they want to do, how they want to do it. And even if she and he receive couples counseling, at the end of the day, this lady wants this man dead. I don't think y'all hear me.
I mean, I agree with you. I will say that it may just be because I believe that counseling should happen before marriage anyway. So I think adding that piece to it, or the additional, talking points or bullet points about what happens in that till death do us part situation, like opening that up in that conversation before they get married. It may not change what they do in the future, but what it may do is add a piece of shine a light to their conscience. So if something like that does go down, you can't say in the back of your head that I didn't know. But that's not, that can go here or there. Like you said, they're going to do what they want to do anyway.
Yeah, I feel like it. Then once they know, some of them may decide, well, this is too much for me. I just want the cake, the ring, the dress, and Instagram pictures. Or, it may be they get the full understanding of what it entails. So when stuff comes up, then it won't be, any question of what. And I'm thinking, and I may be thinking the wrong way. Everybody, I'm sure, has their own opinion and may think differently. I'm thinking more so like scripture,
Yeah,
but that's just me.
I don't think that's why the man told her to go pray.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to bring her back to the base and the foundation without being too pushy or too religious. And he listened to her. He created a safe space. He met her where she was. He acknowledged her feelings.
Right.
He didn't make her feel bad. He gave her all of that. And at the end of the day, his final recommendation is he came out of his clinical hat and put on his spiritual hat and say, go open up your hands and pray and tell God that you don't have control anymore, and see what he says. Maya T, welcome. You're on mute. Maya, welcome. Y'all got to be ready to go. I'm pretty quick when I bring y'all up here. Maya T, let's go. You got to come off mute.
So I have a different perspective. I have a son that has a traumatic brain injury, and he's about to be 1, and he was born at 24 weeks. And I think for her, we have to take into the account of the grieving process. I think she says somewhere she's around 5 years, and it hurts and it comes and goes. And I don't think she's able to heal herself because of everything that's going on. And, I don't know what's in store for my son. I believe in the Lord, but also I know it's hard. And you don't understand what you're going to do till you are in this position. It's like, okay, if my son just, doesn't get better and he's, I guess for lack of better terms, in a vegetable state for the rest of his life, that stops your life too. And I have a vow to take care of my kid regardless. And so I see where she toddles in between. I don't know if she has kids or anything, but it's hard. And I think you have to give grace in the situation. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Let me just say, if I've and thank you everybody for sharing. I was in that situation with my brother, so I don't necessarily give personal examples when I'm talking. I know how hard it is to watch somebody die. I couldn't imagine wanting him to go. And we're not talking about like him getting up and walking like her husband. Ain't no way. My head was like, go ahead and die. You know what I'm saying? Even if it would have been 5 years, 5 months, it is hard, which is why I could not. As hard as it was, and not understanding what's coming next, and not understanding what hospice means. And if you move them here, this is what's going to happen. If you choose this facility, if you go home, but actually learning in real time, I still couldn't imagine. And I've been there, leaving him because it's hard. I was there to the last breath, baby. Last breath. I was there when they put the body bag, rolled him out. Baby, when I say through and through, and that was my husband, that was my brother. So I can't imagine me personally leaving a loved one to duke it out because I'm tired and because I want to feel good and I want to feel better. It's just for me, seeing that in real time, hearing a person take their life. And see, she hasn't lost him yet and she wants him gone. But the day he takes his final breath, I guarantee you, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And I'm not saying that for you all to get on board with me, but I'm saying I've been there. That's why it took me weeks to bring this topic to y'all, because I'm like, damn, that's tough. You gonna leave him? You finna go? What are y'all's thoughts?
That's the part I'm still tripping on.
My prayer has been, God be merciful and let my grandmother go. She battled cancer and her end was really hard for me to watch. My prayer was that he would relieve her from her pain. If not healed on this side, healed in heaven. But I didn't think of removing myself of the equation doing whatever he decided to do.
And I can totally relate to you, Queen, because I lost my sister the same way. She wasn't getting any better, and she was my only sister, my youngest sister. She was the youngest out of all of us, my siblings and I. And the thought of not being a part of her life, not taking care of her, was just something that never crossed my mind. And like I said previously, I know people who have been through this with their husbands and they never left as well. And even, I mean, it's different when it's sibling to sibling. It's still very emotional and difficult either way. But I feel like when it's a spouse and you have taken those vows, because there's some people that are saying she's not being selfish. When you're married, it means you become one. So every decision you make, it's not only about you, it's about the other person as well. So I just want people to understand, in this case, she is being selfish because she's thinking about herself. She's not thinking about her marriage. She's not.
I agree.
I also think that two things can be true at the same time. I believe that we can give her grace for sticking with her husband at this point in time and wanting to go through that, and also having those feelings of jealousy, or having those feelings of wanting that void refilled. Because at the end of the day, this is her husband. And with him in this particular state, she's missing that void of having that man that, like someone else stated, that she can't have a conversation with her man. She can't lay in the bed with him and feel that warmth that she gets from her mate. So I can give her grace for that. I can also, question the her thought process of some of the statements that she made is just kind of foul, honestly. And it does come off very selfish.
Well, hi everybody. Hi Queen Sheba. I feel like this. I agree with a lot of you guys, but I do think that it's self-explanatory in the vows. It says richer or poorer, sickness and health. It shouldn't have to be anything extra written in. It says it. I would give her grace if she had a side piece and still stood by her husband. If those were her needs. But to abandon him at this state in time, I think is a selfish move. Because like Queen said, if the tables were turned, we say for better or for worse, sickness and health. If she's lonely, and another thing, if she's lonely, I get it. I'm a widower. I'm a widower. I was with my husband for 23 years, and I'm a young widower. I get lonely too, but I don't put myself out there just to be, just because I'm lonely, because I also know it's good to be alone sometimes, but for her, I feel like she should stand by him. It's her life, but just my opinion, and have a little side piece, but I don't think it should be the friend. I think that's totally disrespectful for your husband to be laying up there fighting for life and you out here lollygagging with his friend. I think it should be somebody else that's not so close to the situation.
I want great points from everybody. And then I want to say this real quick before we move on. Do you understand now how human nature is? I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. I love psychology. I love human behavior. Human behavior, our first instinct is to take care of ourselves. Her entire conversation is about herself. Our entire conversation is about ourselves. Just know that human behavior, we automatically default to take care of ourselves. Just know that. So if you are dating somebody that's already selfish, that's going to be multiplied by 1,000 when you get married. If you're blessed if you get somebody, and there's no right or wrong in that. That's why I say we, us, automatically default to self. So you better hope you got somebody that's going to advocate for you, even when they get tired, even when they feel like they can't go on no more. You better hope that something, that they get a person like, when she called into that station and they said, hey, he told her, hey, listen, go pray about it. You better hope they found the right people to bounce off what they're thinking. Not to say that she's a bad person. I understand. But she's leaning more towards self than family and husband. He ain't gone yet, y'all. And the doctor explained to me, as long as your heart is beating, your brain is not dead. You got to be careful. As long as your heart is beating, your brain is not dead. Once your heart stops beating, then you're brain dead. But if there's a heartbeat outside of being plugged up to a life machine, you are alive. You better be careful. You better hope you got somebody like me in there, or somebody else that's going to say, no, he's not dead. She's not dead. No, you can't take their organs. They're still alive. You better hope you have a good doctor. And I'm not saying he may never come back. There's no such thing as being brain dead if the heart is still beating. You better put that in your back pocket. You better say that to your husband. Don't you ever, to your kids, to whoever. Hey, listen, if they tell you I'm brain dead, ask them, is my heart beating? And if my heart is beating, then I'm still alive. Even if it's not in the package that you wish that I was in, I'm still alive. I know. I didn't expect this conversation to go like that, but I just want y'all to understand what human nature is, that we all default to ourselves. That's why you got to pray together. You got to make sure that you leaning on love in that house. When people say, how you know he was nice to her? Shit, we don't. And this is what you get if you not. This is what you get if you not. It ain't no right or wrong. Your marriage is your marriage, but you better hope. Listen, if you can't move at a capacity where you are giving you the best that I got, and he can't, listen, hold on, bro. I might not trust you at my bedside. You better get some people in order, appoint a different power of attorney. Wake up, because human nature is to take care of ourselves. Shit, after 2 years, if I'm tired and I feel like I need me a little something, I may not want to go get it on the side. I may just get tired and want a divorce. And if I say it like that sounds real cold, huh? But that's kind of what she's saying. I'm not saying she should or she shouldn't. I'm just reminding y'all of human behavior. Any final thoughts on this before we shift, y'all? Because we're going to get into another human behavior of a Black mama who felt like she was right in what she did towards her son. Anybody else? Quick 15 seconds before we move on.
I was still stuck and tripping on the fact that she said he's still here.
Yep. And so is Awatless. Awatless says, being alive and being alive with quality of life. I understand that. But until your heart stops beating, you still here. You still here. Which is why they can't do that, because it would be considered malpractice. You still alive. You have a quality of life, and that's why they pull you from a life machine. But guess what? They'll tell you it could happen today, it could happen tomorrow. Listen, if his heart is still beating and he's not plugged up, he is still alive, yes, but you can't kill him, because then that would be considered murder. So the quality of life can be debilitating, but you can't touch him. A doctor can't put him out of his misery. He's still alive. Y'all get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be heartless, but that's just the point of it. That's why she thought he would be gone, but he's still alive. You can't do assisted, you know what I'm saying, what they can do in Switzerland. No, he's not here. Like, is he here? No, he's he's not brain dead. He has a traumatic brain injury. Wasn't he walking at some point?
Yep.
So somebody had to either she put him on hospice. He's been on hospice for, at this point, probably over 2 years. He ain't dead. I don't know. It's a tough conversation. You know, like, I understand what it's like. There's several, and y'all feel free, like I said, feel free to jump in. There's 7 different dynamics of having experience with this, but you don't have the full experience until they cross over. I just want to remind y'all of that. Until they take their last breath and you have a funeral, you don't have the full experience. I've had the full experience. And I'm just saying, based on my loved one, I couldn't imagine leaving that person in that condition who was not my husband, but who was actually my sibling. That's all I'm saying.
Are you right, Queen? When it comes to your brain teaches you need your brain to walk. So he still has some working power up there. It may not be what she wants, but like you said, if he's still alive and his heart's still beating, his brain is working at some point.
This is a tough conversation, but I'm glad we having it. I think this is probably like one of the toughest conversations we've had, because I think everybody is moved emotionally in the most beautiful way, but based on a different aspect of it. Does that make sense, panel?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think when you're going into a relationship with anyone, I'll be more specific, whether it's a spouse, if you want to get married, if you want to have children, sometimes you really have to take your brain to that place. You have to imagine the unimaginable, and you have to really ask yourself, am I ready? Am I willing to take on anything that life throws at me with this person, whether it be a child, my son, my daughter, an adopted child, a husband, a wife, or spouse? You really have to dig deep and ask yourself if you are willing to take on anything life throws at you, because anything can happen. When they went on that hike or that trail They had no idea that what happened to her husband was going to happen. And I'm not saying you have to think specifically in that way, but you just have to ask yourself those questions. And you have to be able to answer yourself truthfully if you're willing to stick by someone. I'm just being transparent here. I'm not married, never have been. And I've always wanted to get married. But as I'm getting older, I do think about those things. And even down to the littlest things, such as my personal space. I love my personal space. I love having the bed to myself. Am I willing to share a bed with someone else? And I know that's not a big deal, but I consider all those things because that's part of marriage. That's part of, being with someone for the rest of your life until death, until you part ways through death. So I think that's something that all of us should take from this conversation as well. You have to imagine the unimaginable.
I agree. Third rail, welcome. I see you're on mute. You want to press your microphone once and you have the floor.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, it's great to speak with you finally. You know what? I'm like you, Queen Sheba. You dealt with your brother and you couldn't imagine walking away from him. I did the same with my mom until she transitioned. And but what I will say is I understand like the vows, when people say sickness and in health and in richer for poorer. But does that, when you think about sickness is something that sometimes, we can overcome. Being an invalid is something completely different. If she's talking about her husband is technically, not there, and stuff like that, she can hear. But like you said, in your case, one of the things you said, well, as long as your heart is still beating, but the brain is dead. My mom's baby sister, before my mother transitioned, she was brain dead. Her heart was beating. So we had to make the decision, do we keep her in the state when the doctor said there was literally no more activity and she would never recover from that state. And she's a young woman, married with 2 children as well. So that was a complicated decision to, actually, take someone off of support because like you said, yeah, the brain is gone, but the heart is still beating. But if she's never going to be able to hold her child again, or never be able to, and we might want transition, her son was 1 year old, so he'll never know anything about her, what she was like or anything. So when you can't do the things that you normally used to do, like pick up a spoon or just walk down the steps or give someone a hug and a kiss, or better yet, how about just saying, I love you? When those things are gone because of an accident, and it sounds like this gentleman had an accident, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys said a part of his skull was removed. So when you think about it like that, and she said they put him in hospice, I believe, maybe at home. But there's a difference between just being sick and being an invalid or a vegetable. I don't know if that's classified as the same thing. Sickness and in health. Yes, for me, that defines, yes, 1 minute you can be healthy and the next minute you can come down with COVID and you can overcome it, or you can get a cold, or you can get a flu.
Right, but if they are you still either, once they pull the plug, and whether they're a vegetable or not, if their heart continues to beat.
Yeah. I understand where you come.
Okay, go ahead.
I get where you come from. No, I get where you're coming from. Like, I heard everything you said, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But the question is that was the decision we had to make. And pardon the New York City traffic. I'm actually down here where Wendy Williams, the coterie is at. I live in New York. But one of the things I'm saying is that I agree. You're not wrong. But the point is that when a person who's normal, like we do things every day normally, ride a bicycle, take the train, do what we do, go to work, whatever it is, that sometimes people say we take for granted. Okay, having said all that, but if a person is declared medically, you can the heart can beat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, twice on Sundays. But if medically your brain has no function, meaning your brain can't tell you, your motor skills are gone. Your normal, you can't even pee, unless you're doing it to yourself or what have you.
So where you going with? Take
us
there.
My point is, if you're declared medically brain dead, you're not here. That lady will never be able to, that man will never tell her again he loved her. He'll never be able to say, I love the kids. He'll never be able to say, you suffered for the past 2 years. Go on with your life. He'll never be able to say those things to her. He'll never. So my point is, at what point, when I had to take care of my mom, and like you said, you did with your brother, we do put our lives on hold. Some people raise their hand and gracefully say, I don't mind putting my life on hold. I couldn't go out with my friends. I didn't want to go out with my friends. I wanted to stay close to my mom. And I did that. That was the decision I made because I believe she would have done it for me. However, but you also, too, I used to hear my friends tell me all the time, well, you can't stop living. You can't stop living. Well, because God only gave me one mom, yeah, I made the decision that in that time, until she transitioned, I'm going to stop living. I'm going to put my life on hold. And that was what I did. I literally shut down until my mom transitioned. And that was almost for like 7 years, shutting down. No interaction with no physical contact with, with my ex or my mate or anything like that. I had none of that. But that was the decision I chose.
So let me ask you this, as it relates to this situation, what side are you leaning on?
I would lean on, you know what, take care of him. Yes, still take care of him. But do I want, if I'm her, if I'm a married woman and I long for the interaction or the touch of somebody, yeah, I don't think I would file for a divorce. But I understand when you guys, because you guys are married. So you say, y'all use the words like, well, if you don't get a divorce, it's still considered adultery. Is it? Is it now in 2025?
Hold on.
No, I'm sorry.
Pause for a second. Let's get into it. But just pause with me. I'm on a motorcycle with you. You you round the corner, I'm going to lean into the curve. Okay, I'm going to lean into it. Now, you just got to know I'm back. Okay. I'm back here. Let me ask you this. Have you been married before?
No, but I've been with my partner.
No.
Okay, I'm going to stop it here.
Okay, that's a yes or a no.
That's a no. That's a no.
Okay, well, then we won't go there.
Okay. I'm with you.
I was going to go there but not a bad thing when I say I go there, but I'm not going to dig deeper. But go ahead.
What I'm saying is, and I understand from a marital standpoint, when a lot of people talk about when they say, those vows mean something to them. And I really, don't get me wrong, even though I've never been married, I do respect the sanctity of marriage and all of it and what everything it encompasses. I really, really do. And I don't believe anyone, period, should take that lightly at all. What I heard her say in what you played was, okay, he was, she hoped that he would get better, and I believe it turned into 2 months to 7 months. And now he's been, in hospice for 2 years. That's what I'm hearing. So it looks like maybe, a little close to 3 years, she's been in this state of sitting idle. And like she said, she is jealous of watching other people technically move on because their partners have transitioned smoothly. But because God is not ready to bring him home, okay? Because God is not ready. So this is a test for her. If she can sit still, that's one of those things of just sit still. But looks like, she's becoming like, I've been sitting still, and you know what? I want a little company. Is that
no?
So
she don't
wrong?
want no company. She wants done. She said she wants to divorce him. She's done.
Okay, listen.
Okay, but wait, look now. Normally I get 30 seconds.
Listen.
You gotta land it. Tell us where you going with it.
Okay, she wants to be divorced, and you're asking me the question: do I think that it's wrong for her to actually want to get a divorce because she doesn't want to be considered an adulterer? The answer is unequivocally no. No. Move on, and I say what I say. Move on. At the end of the day, she got one life to live, honey. She's got to live it. And I'm going to tell you this. Who's to say? First of all, you're not God.
I got you. I got to go to the next person. I got you.
Don't speak for God. Right.
I got
you. But I'm not speaking to you, my dear.
I know you did a good job. She did good. I love it.
Can I say something really quick on Queen Sheba?
Go ahead, Trey.
I just wanted to reiterate that so we won't lose the plot. The woman said the man was in rehab and he learned how to walk again. That takes your brain. He still has parts of his brain to function. So he's not brain dead. I just want to reiterate that.
I hear you. Thank you, baby.
All right. Thank you for coming up, third rail. We appreciate it.
It's third rail because it's the New York City transit system. Third rail.
Third rail. Thank you.
Very
powerful argument. Thank you. She did a great job. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love that listen, even those of you in the chat are standing on business today. Traveling Gmail says, hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on. Traveling Gmon say, why is calling into a podcast instead of a pastor or counselor? Let me tell you why. Sometimes it's better to talk to a stranger, to be honest. They don't know you. They're going to listen. They're not attached. You don't never have to see them again. You can do it in a very confidential manner, undetected, undiscovered. You know what I mean? Without judgment. And they're going to give you the real deal Holyfield. So sometimes it's easier. Therapists operate typically from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You never know when it's going to hit you of how you feeling. It may not be between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. With a preacher, you got to make an appointment to see them if he has time based on your tithes and your offerings and what his calendar looks like. And I'm not trying to be funny, but that's why. Anyone else? Oh, y'all quiet today. Y'all, this was a tough conversation.
Yeah, I think we hit the nail on the head with this one.
I think so too. I think we gonna end. Shoot. It got everybody thinking. No, in the most beautiful way though, because like it's I think sometimes it's taboo. I'm glad I found that. Sometimes I was like, I want to talk about this, but not right now, you know, because I don't think we have these kind of discussions in people's family. I mean, have you prior to?
No, this has not happened to anyone in my family.
Yeah, I've had this happen to family, but they never left their side. They stuck through to the end. And I'm giving this woman grace because at the end of the day, we are all human and God knows that we go through challenges. Some of the greatest people, so I'm going to get a bit biblical here. Some of the greatest people in the Bible went through some of the most toughest challenges. But I just think we need to stop putting our own terms and conditions on marriage. And it doesn't matter whether, you know, she's feeling like this in 2025 or in 1995. Marriage is marriage. And if you say you're going to get married, you need to stick to your vows under every and any circumstance.
Yeah, that was a real tough one. I'm kind of shocked. The reason why, not at y'all, when I listened to the call, I was like, I got to take this to the palace because most women, man, that's all they think about and fantasize about is having a husband. But now I see maybe it's a fantasy of having a husband more than the reality of what real life entails. I hope I say this right. Alu says, I appreciate it. It's thought provoking. I believe these conversations are expectations amongst the couples should be talked about and agreed upon beforehand. Desira says this when God says it's over for him, not man. And it sounds like she's upset because she did say, I'm jealous that most women's, their husbands get to die immediately. That lady is not speaking life. She said faith, but she's very upset. She seems to be very conflicted about him still being here. Her expectation, yes, she says she love him, but it sounds like she thought he was going to die. And when that didn't happen, that created a conflict of interest.
Just the frustration alone when she said that it's been 2 years and we're still here. He's still here. Like, ma'am, do you hear yourself?
Yeah,
It's just kind
exactly.
of off-putting.
Yeah, I agree with Trey. It's as if she put a time frame on either his recovery process or how long it will take for him to die. And that just sounded wrong. It is wrong.
And Denitra. No, is it, how do you say it? Yeah, I said it right. Denitra. I understand that. That she wants an able-bodied person. That's what I said. Most women want a husband that's going to take care of them, bring them flowers, take them on. I understand that. And I said in different ways just to make sure I hit every point for what may land for different people in the chat and those of you that are tuned in. But the fact of the matter is he had an accident. And he'll never be the same. Why get married? And I know y'all say, oh, it's hard. But yeah, but then we start to why get married? You can have a long time live-in relationship if you want to prioritize, if you get bored, if you feel lonely, if you don't feel loved. Why get married? What's the point of marriage? Why are people marrying? That could be a whole different podcast segment with us. I don't think people understand. She's tired. Okay, everybody. Okay, that's true. I agree. But if it were your child, would you leave them? No, you're going to keep going as a woman to find the strength.
Exactly, Queen. Exactly, right there. If it was your child, would you leave? There's things that your child would want to do. There's certain milestones you would want to see your child hit or go through. But if your child is now in this type of situation, would you leave your child? Most likely, as a mother, you wouldn't. So why can't you keep the same energy for your husband, your spouse?
And not for those of you, I'm not talking to y'all that disagree, but it's kind of like the Diddy trial when I be like, women ain't really, whoa, shit, she done with his ass. She out of here. But we would stay for our kids. You're not going to, can I sign off? Can I give up my rights to this one? I'm tired. I want to go watch a kid that can move and play football or volleyball or swim. Because that's basically what you say in a different way. It doesn't. So Denitra, that's what we covered that. Would he do the same for her? At any point you think he won't, you need to leave. At any point in your marriage and you feel like your spouse, your partner will be sitting around waiting for you to die, you better get the hell out. I know it's a different kind of love for your child, but really it ain't. Let me tell you why I say that. If you go in the right order that you're supposed to go, were you married before having kids? The love and the family should all be the same. It's a different love for your child if you marry a man that is not the father of your child or the mother of your children. You're going to always prioritize your kids before your spouse if that person did not create that baby with you. But if you do it the right way, the love will be extended. And when you get tired, your husband can step in. And when the husband get tired, the wife can step in. And that's how it's really supposed to work. And that's what she's supposed to be role modeling to her children. So that when they get married, God forbid if something happened to them, their spouse won't leave.
Right.
So it's way bigger than her, even though she's making it about her.
She's just teaching them how to escape.
Yes.
How to drop their responsibilities.
Exactly.
I'm interested in knowing the financial situation. Like, is he running out of money? Because divorce.
No, that tells me she
is a
has
big
a very
step.
lucrative. If I had to guess, and I wanted to say it, I said, "Oh, it's some money comes to me, flowing effortless. She sounds like she's prepared. The sooner he goes, the quicker that good old check is gonna come in. That's what it sounds like to me. But she sounds like y'all. She's a little mean spirited. Because most women will hold on. I got a little something coming in. I'm set up. She wants access to that. That's what it sounds like to me. If you understand. I don't think the money is. I don't think there's a money issue. She told you what it was. I think they're set up real nice. If you understand how much trail bikes cost and what they were doing, minimum $700 for a basic bike.
Yeah, and all of that hospice and rehabilitation care, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. So it sounds like they're either well off or he had some type of job to where his insurance is very top notch, A1.
That lady, wait, I ain't trying to be funny. That lady, listen. Okay, can I say what I want to say?
It's Saturday.
That white woman ready for that white man to get the hell up out of here. And I said what I said. So she can get that money. Listen, because they often get way more than we do when somebody die. And to me, the price is right. Like Bob Barker said, come on down. She need his ass to come on down. Come on, what you doing? I got shit to do. Now, I said what I said.
Well, I got one more thing to say. If it is true that he is over there at that at home hospice, they need to come back and go around there and see about that man, because it might not be long for she to take his ass out. She
Okay.
sound real frustrated.
And the bored housewife, that's why the old friend called, because he already knows she's sitting on a policy. That's why he calling. Y'all think I'm lying. But we don't know that because we don't set each other up like that.
How about it's just called business?
Huh?
Business. How about that? I mean, like you said, and truth be told, if you believe she wants to, for him to hurry up the transition, and if it is a pot of gold for her, white people are, excuse me, let me rephrase it. Queer people sometimes get married for business. And so if that's the case, then listen, marriages sometimes they run their course. In this particular instance, right, this one, I mean, listen, God has him set up maybe to eventually transition, like you said.
That's what I think. I mean, I didn't want to say it. I just wanted to see where y'all was gonna go with it. But typically in those situations, those people be ready for their family members to die quick, because it's a lot of money on the table, if the truth be told.
Yeah, they need to do a wellness check on that white man. Go around by that house and see if he's okay.
And this lady, she's African American?
Huh?
Is the lady African American?
No.
Oh, she's clear too?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's business. What are you talking about?
I knew that. I was just trying to see where y'all was gonna go with it.
Oh, come on, Queen. Jeez, that's all. That's business. That's business as usual. That's just another day at the office on Park Avenue. Oh, jeez. Get with the. You need to tell everybody to get with the program.
That's why she's upset that he hasn't died yet. She thought she was gonna get that money 2-3 years ago.
Well, if I was her friend, I would tell her to just relax, just have a nice little glass of wine, and just relax. It'll happen, but just relax. Just relax. That's all. And stuff like that. Surely she probably got some of the lawyers and everybody in her ear probably telling her the same thing. Just relax. Just relax. And like the guy said, hey, go around there every now and again, check up on him, and stuff like that. And stuff. But look at it like this. If he transitions, it's a win-win for all of them. Her, the kids, it's a win-win. No offense. But listen, he would have set it up like that. So they're married, probably been married for a good, amount of time. So they would have set their lives up like that. But at the end of the day, it's God's call. It's God's call. And he'll come down and he'll get his son. And at the end of the day, she'll be able to, go ahead and move on with her life. But this is business. This is just another day at the office for them.
I got it. All right. So that's it, y'all. I know y'all want me to go into the next topic. We're gonna save it. We may hit it up tomorrow. Terrance Crawford's mom and what she did to him, child. But look, yeah, that lady want that money. And that lady thought that man was gonna be dead at the end of the day, and he didn't. And he's living, and she's frustrated, and she wants to divorce him. And y'all thought she was tired. No, she's making sure that pot of gold. Well, hold on. Wait a minute now. I don't want to be too responsible for anything. If I go ahead and divorce you now, I can still access ABCD. That's what I believe. That's what I've always believed. I was just trying to see if y'all was going to catch on. You said, but if she's taking care of him, money can be an issue. Not with them, not as much as with us. Because if you get the right insurance and the right riders and supplemental insurance, insurance, baby, I am insurance poor. There is policy upon policy upon policy upon policy that kicks in and takes care of a lot of stuff, believe it or not.
Queen, can I just add something?
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry. I know that, she said she's basically saying like she can't wait for him to sort of die fast enough. I know she never said it in those exact words, and I'm sure you can probably relate to this because you said your brother transition and you also experienced this from a sibling perspective. when the time comes and he does transition, it may not be a weight lifted off her shoulders. It may not be like that, because some people tend to think when you are a caregiver, you know, you go through a difficult time as well. And once that person transitions, things become easier for you. They may become easier for you in the physical aspect because you no longer have to take care of them, but the grief hits very different. So I just wanted to add that.
Yep, yep. And then sometimes, y'all, when people, you still got to go to probate court, depending on what you don't have access to. It's a lot, but this is like this is a different conversation for us. It's so different. Even like we could go on and just different perspectives, but it's also something that most of us are not familiar with. I want to, you know, what do you call it? I don't want to isolate anybody out, but most of us are not familiar with it because we don't put up the money and the resources in place, you know. So you can move your loved one to a hospice if you, like I said, if you have a long-term policy and you add those riders when they say, "Would you like to pay $4 extra a month?" No, I need my $4. That's what we say. I need my $4. That's for my coffee. Get that damn rider for long-term care. And when y'all say the money's running out, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because if you understand insurance, you can insure up to 10 times your annual salary. Up to 10 times. So we don't know what he was doing. Okay? For a living. We know they can afford them mountain bikes, which are very expensive. We have to, and listen, guess who took a fall in the woods? Me. Those injuries are significant. Significant. So he took a real bad fall. If you understand like those trails and how steep some of those inclines and declines can be. And for him and for their kids to be riding the same trail, it tells me that they were pretty well-to-do, physically active family. You know, so I don't think money is too much of an issue, or she would have said that. I think they're set up, but I think she wants to get out and live and go have a glass of wine and do so in a way where whatever community she's living in is not frowned upon. Does that make sense? But that's all I got for y'all. That's it. That's all. And thank you to the panel for coming up today. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, Somali. Somali said yes.
Thank you, Queen. You enjoy the rest of your day. And as well to everyone in the palace.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Queen, it's been a great discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. Yvette said, y'all in this glass of wine. Listen, that lady ready to go have a dirty martini in public, in peace, without people saying, oh my gosh, Lisa's out here and her husband's on hospice. So she's trying to do it the right way, you know, so she's not shunned or frowned upon, so she can get another rich husband in the same community. That's it. That's all. That lady trying to show herself approved. And the old friend probably got money too. Oh, hell yeah. Child, please. Like Ocho Cinco say. Please. But anyhow, thank you, everybody. And I said what I said. Miss Queen say plot twist. What if it was planned and the plans derailed when he survived? I hope not. She said he had a really bad accident. I hope not, child. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. All right. Have a good day. Have a good day, y'all.